The first pitch is in, and we're live here at Falcon Park for another edition of the Auburn Double Days YouTube channel. The Auburn Double Days taking on the Elmira Pioneers here in the regular season finale of this fantastic Auburn Double Days season. And the reason we're coming to you a little bit late today, a little out of breath, is that myself, Ryan Story, alongside Evan Carocchio, threw and fought the opening pitch here in tonight's contest. So, Evan, you'll be joining us in just a second here. And, you know, Evan, as you hop onto the mic, we got to talk. That was not your greatest pitch out there.
I spiked it. Are you kidding me? My first pitch, and I spiked it in the ground. It's so embarrassing. But hey, you know, you look good in the catcher's stance. They might need you in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, I let that ball go right past me and nearly flip our social media director, Mia. But anyways, as we look at tonight's action, Zach Muir on the mound, and he walks the leadoff batter, Thomas Cheplick, in 5 pitches. So, not the greatest start for the guy on the mound, Zach Muir, out of Portland High School. Muir making his 3rd appearance on the year at home, at least 4 this double days. The righty pitcher resets and misses high to Manny Castro, the 3rd baseman.
I mean, the pitchers that you think about, even in the majors, when they throw
Castro's playing 3rd today. Cheplick, who's over at 1st, is the designated hitter in tonight's contest. That misses inside.
go 2 out.
We got a 2-0 count. That pitch 78 miles per hour, around what Evans was when he tossed it into me.
Thanks, Ryan. Am I going to be hearing it all night?
I think you will be after you nearly took out my ACL, or maybe like the bounce step and hit me in the face.
I owe you.
That was scary.
I can go get you a free water from the concession stand in between.
You can see over there, and a must-win game for the Pioneers.
Pitching for the Pioneers today. We'll take you to the other team's starting lineup as that pitch falls in for a strike. A 3-1 count. My starting pitcher is Zachary Nelson, donning number 99 here in tonight's contest. There's strike 2 in against Castro. A full count. Nice comeback by Muir.
Yeah, that's not a bad pitch to take it to Castro. It's not where you want it. You can still live with it being a strike with the 3-1 hitters count.
Payoff pitch incoming. Cheplick leading off of first.
No outs.
The payoff pitch. That's hit up into right field. Maxim tracking it down and coming down to the first out of the first inning. We'll take you through your fielders for the Auburn Double Days as Burt Maxim caught that out in right field. Teddy Monahan and Ethan Smith, the other outfielders here in tonight's contest. Monahan and Hugo spot in center, and Smith over in left. Taking you through the infield from left to right. Dax Berger at 3rd, Connor Rump at short, Nacho Gonzalez at 2nd, and Brendan Smith at 1st, with Jake Bentevenga, that is behind the dish, catching for Muir. After Castro flew out to right, that brings up Brett Baker, the center fielder, batting for the Pioneers with 1 out and a runner on first. Baker's batting .386 this season. This is his 31st game, and his slugging has got all the way up to .545. A great mix of power along with consistency as he fouls that pitch off. We got a 2-1 count here at Falcon Park.
Yeah, for Muir, he got down in the count last time, and then he was able to work a flyout against Castro. So let's see if he was down in the count 2-0. Let's see if he can work himself back in the count and get his 2nd out.
Your 2-1 count. Pitch into the lefty batter who takes it for a ball. 3-1. Muir trying to avoid putting a runner in scoring position. It's a walk would do. Muir resets. The pitch is in, swung on, fouled off. Baker just trailing behind it by a tad. Manages to stay alive. Muir facing his 2nd consecutive full count.
I mean, he threw a fastball last time to Castro with the idea that he put it in play. I wouldn't be surprised.
The 2nd straight payoff pitch, and it's fouled off again.
Back again into the net.
That was a fastball there.
3-2 count again. When we saw this last at bat, and it ended beautifully for Muir. Let's hope that he's able to work a strikeout here and out for the second out.
Muir just went with his fastball. He doesn't change it up, but misses outside. Baker easily walks over to first. Thomas Shepard advances to second, and Zach Muir in a little bit of a jam. Jalen Tidwell, the shortstop, up to bat with runners on first and second.
Yeah, and for the Pioneers, they've got 2 runners on with 1 out. They can do some damage early on. And for Jalen Tidwell, he bats .299. He has 23 hits on the season. He has 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. He's clearly a run-batted-in machine for the Pioneers this season.
Tidwell resets after taking the first pitch for a strike.
In terms of players,
Muir's 20th pitch is swung on and whipped. He's still looking for his first punch out of the night.
This time Muir's well ahead in the count, so let's see if he can work a strikeout here. I mean, obviously, ideally, he would want a double play, but for right now, let's see what he can do well ahead in the count.
He'd take a strikeout here. The 0-2. Pitch. Fouled off.
You have to be mentally ready and physically ready. Not a lot
Tidwell stays alive. He has struggled a little bit more against Muir than the other Elmira batter so far.
It's an 0-2 count here. He fouled that last pitch off.
Muir keeping an eye on Shepard over at second. There's a whiff by Tidwell. Muir picks up strikeout number 1.
Yeah, great job there by Muir. Got ahead in the count for the first time today, able to work a strikeout for the second out. And here comes Brandon Duback with 2 outs and still 2 runners on.
Duback's the first baseman. And as you mentioned, 2 outs, 2 on. The first pitch falls in right down the gut for a strike.
One of those strong batters with runners in scoring position, but been trying to put something on the board for Elmira.
Muir so far has pretty much, you could tell how the at-bat was going to go by the first 2 pitches, as it's either he's gotten ahead or gotten behind, and the at-bats have kind of followed, either walking when he's gotten behind or striking out when he's gotten ahead. They're 1-1.
And it's 24 RBIs, second most on the team, right behind Brett Baker, who's at 33. That's 5.
There's the second ball. It's a 2-0 count.
Brett Baker, of course, had that 6 RBI game against Geneva just the other day, Friday.
Duback goes and chases one outside. There's strike 1.
Oh, that's one that Duback's going to want back, as that one would have been a ball. Beautiful pitch for Muir. 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Let's try to get out of this jam.
Duback resets.
So, 2 count incoming.
The 2-2. That's it high. That's going and foul.
Too far to the right.
Here goes back to his fastball there. Duback able to get through a little quicker this time and fouls it off. Still, however, finds himself in 2.
Count remains tied at 2. Muir steps off the mound. He's looking for a second straight strikeout. Would be a solid way to end the first. Back-to-back Ks after letting 2 runners on. Can he get it done? That's a rocket out into left field, caught by Ethan Smith to end the top of the first inning. We'll be right back for the bottom half when we return on the Auburn AA YouTube channel.
Here at Falcon Park.
Bottom of the first inning, the Auburn Doubledays got through the Elmira Pioneers in the first inning, or at least the top half of it. Now, the Doubledays in their first at-bat. It's going to be Stephen Ambrosio leading us off, followed up by Teddy Monahan and Ethan Smith. On the bump for the Elmira Pioneers, it's Zachary Nelson. Spelled interesting, Zachkery. That's a unique spelling of Zachary.
Yeah, I think it would probably take me hundreds of attempts to spell his name correctly. But, you know, we love unique names. It's actually what makes, you know, people different are unique names. You love to see it.
Yeah. Stephen Ambrosio takes the first pitch for a ball. A breaking ball from Nelson makes it, and now there's a 2-0 count. Nelson so far this season, a 7.91 ERA, making his 6th appearance and his 5th start. He has a 1-1 record and really relies less on strikeouts. As that's a shot into the center field. A base hit, little blooper for Stephen Ambrosio, starting the Doubledays off right.
There you go, Ambrosio, one half of the Ambrosio twins. He came into this one with a batting average of 111, and he had 2 hits on the season. Great job by him to work a hit off of the first pitcher that he sees today, only a couple pitches into that bat.
Now it's up to Teddy Monahan to try to keep Ambrosio moving around the base path. The Doubledays have relied on Teddy Monahan all season. Now in the regular season finale, he enters this one with a 387 batting average, slugging over 600. Just crazy numbers for Monahan, who we saw with the triple yesterday.
Yeah, it's absolutely mind-boggling how good Monahan has been all season. I mean, 41 hits is just wow.
Yeah, he's been incredible. Now working to a 1-1 count against Nelson.
The closest to him in the hit column is Justin Batts with 28.
Yeah, and they've been 2 mainstays of the Doubledays lineup. You see, Batts will also be playing today. He's batting cleanup in tonight's contest. But yeah, Monahan seems to always be the catcher. And should always be out in center field.
Remember, there is a fastball here. If you get that, you also try to.
The attempt on the 2-1 count are good. Zach Nelson so far, first 2 batters, got into those 2-1 counts.
Now the 2-1 count to Monahan.
Teddy Monahan.
Nelson resets. That swung on rope into left field. A base hit for Monahan. 2-foot singles for the Doubledays.
Back-to-back hits for the Doubledays in the first, and here comes Ethan Smith, who comes into this one with a 302 batting average. He has 16 hits on the season, 9 RBIs. The Doubledays with 0 outs could do some damage with 1 swing of the bat.
Smith taking a while to set up, going against Nelson, who's also taking his time. Nelson giving up 2 quick hits. On the season, Nelson gives up a batting average over 300. That's pulled back by Smith and looking to bunt. Ball 1 falls in the 67 mile per hour breaking ball.
He gets to the ball quickly on the ball. I would not be surprised.
1-0 count.
Nelson gets set. He throws.
And there's a bunt attempt. This time it's fouled off. Ambrosio looking like he was ready to run over from second. He returns back to second base.
Running over there at second. Try and put the first run on the board. We're on each side.
Looks like the second baseman for the Pioneers, that's Matty Esley, is delivering some equipment over to the third baseman in Matty Castro.
Looks like he just needed some sunglasses over there at third, or maybe an armband. It looks like sunglasses, but funny enough, he didn't even put them on his face. He put them on his cap, so
Interesting.
Glasses. Sunglasses
I don't really see why that was such a pressing need to do that mid-at-bat.
maybe it's just for the drip, as kids say nowadays.
Yeah, that is what the kids say.
I mean, you take him where you can get him. Now the 2-strike count. More than likely gonna
Yeah, we wouldn't know. We're not that young anymore.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't say we've reached, what does it say, unk status yet. As that pitch breaks below the strike zone, there's ball 2.
There's another spinner there from Nelson. I like that pitch a lot because you're either going to get the swing and miss on that curveball, or you're going to get the ground ball rolled over.
As I mentioned earlier, Nelson not really a strikeout pitcher, relies more on dinking and dunking through his way through these lineups.
trying to see if he mounts back after that ball throw.
The 2-2 count misses upstairs. This is a scenario where we've seen the Double A's go to that double steal frequently, with Monahan at first and Brosio at second. Both are very speedy base runners. The Double A's don't seem to be doing that here. Still no outs on the board. Full count. Foul pitch. Incoming.
3-2
The runners take off, and there's a foul off by Smith.
Really stays alive. There will mean 3-2.
This count right here proves why it's so important to get ahead of hitters with the full count right here. Nelson
Smith staying aggressive in the batter's box.
Probably going to try and throw a pitch. More
Batting just over 300 on the year. Gets on base over 50% of the time. Now the 3-2 again. Take two is fouled off.
Again.
We'll do it again with another full count. Ethan Smith clearly all over Nelson, just still trying to find his timing. I mean, Nelson is a junk ball pitcher. Nothing really coming in as a fastball, just a lot of breaking balls, curveballs. So Smith's going to have to sit on it.
Smith will try to figure it out here. The payoff. Misses upstairs. Bases loaded with no outs for your Auburn Double A's here in the regular season finale. Justin Batts approaches the batter's box with a golden opportunity here to kick off the Double A's final game with a first inning rally.
Ambrosio on third, Monahan on second. Smith is on first. Justin Batts, like you said, 329 batting average, 28 hits, 24 RBIs, 6 doubles. The guy that you want up to the plate is up right now in Justin Batts.
Batts ready for the first pitch. That pulls him for strike one.
Yeah, I mean, the Pioneers can just make it easy on themselves. They do control their own destiny.
This game doesn't mean much for the Auburn Double A's. They've already clinched the 3 seed. They played yesterday's game with the 3 seed clinched as well. They lost that game yesterday. Nearly executed an amazing comeback. So now they're trying to end their season and go into the playoff game tomorrow against Jamestown. They're trying to go into that game with a win. That's what tonight means for the Double A's. But for Elmira, their playoff hopes might just rest on this game. If they win this game, they're guaranteed in as Batts hits that over to the shortstop. Tidwell flips it to second and gets Batts out at first. A double play for the Double A's, but 1 run does score for your Auburn Double A's.
6-4-3 textbook double play. Good job by Tidwell to flip it to Esley at second. Esley, great throw to Duback at first. Unlucky for Batts that he couldn't get on himself, but he gets an RBI as he scored. Ambrosio from third. Monahan advances to third. Smith out trying to go to second. There are 2 outs, and here comes Nacho Gonzalez.
Monahan still close as Nacho Gonzalez swings and whiffs at the first pitch. 68 miles per hour. That actually might have been capped by Monahan's bat. Excuse me, Gonzalez's bat. Nacho Gonzalez came in yesterday in a pitch hit outing. And now Gonzalez enters tonight's contest with a 281 batting average and an on-base percentage of 423. 1-1 count to Gonzalez.
Was the one who ended up on the
Trying to knock Monahan in from third. The 1-1. That's it. To center field, a base hit that gets past Matty Esley. The Double A's score again. 2-0 Auburn after the RBI single by Nacho Gonzalez.
Beautifully placed hit by Nacho Gonzalez, and the Double A's clear the bases. They score runs, something they struggled with this season, but recently they have been picking up on it tremendously. They scored 2 here in the bottom of the first, and here comes Zach Spurger.
Zach Spurger resetting.
So far, they're letting it take this one. Zach Spurger,
Spurger is the third baseman here in tonight's contest. Another guy who was a pinch hitter yesterday. Entered the game late and filled in at third base for the Auburn Double A's.
Yeah, you're right. He actually was a pinch batter, and like you said, he came in yesterday for Dustin Wortham. In his first at-bat, pinch hitting for Wortham, in the 8th yesterday, he picked up a single and scored. And then in the ninth, he was unfortunately the last out as he hit a pop fly. It looked like it was going to be a single and potentially tie the game, but instead he flew out to end the game. So he's going to want revenge here, even though he hit it beautifully.
Well, it hits it high again. This time it's out into center field for the third and final out. He can't knock in Nacho Gonzalez, but Gonzalez knocked in a run of his own. The Auburn Doubledays score 2 as we head into the second inning. Your Auburn Doubledays have a 2-0 lead. Back here, top of the second inning. The Auburn Doubledays lead 2-0. Zach Berger up to bat. Excuse me, not Zach Berger up to bat. As he just ended the first inning. That brings up Tyson Gingrich for the Elmira Pioneers. He's leading things off here in the second. He swings at the first pitch from the Auburn Doubledays pitcher. And that will be strike one. Zach Muir on the mound. Got out of a slight jam back in the first inning. Rope over to second base. The toss from Gonzalez is in time to Brendan Smith.
And Nacho made that look easy to get out Gingrich. And there's already one out on the board after one batter steps up to the plate.
And it's coming into the spot here.
Gingrich goes down. Trevor Reed now up. It's Gingrich playing right. Reed, the left fielder, with Ryan Jones up on deck. Jones, the catcher in tonight's contest for the Pioneers. Nose pitch into Reed is a strike. That's fouled off by Reed. He resets.
So far this season. Steals that one. No good. Need 1-2.
That pitch misses. It's a 1-2 count. The pitch from Muir is popped up into center field. The running back is Teddy Monahan. Makes the grab in the sun for out number 2. Two batters faced by Muir. He retires them both. And with that, that'll bring up Ryan Jones, the catcher tonight for the Pioneers. Gingrich grounded out to Nacho Gonzalez. Reed flew out to Monahan. Quickly, there are 2 outs. And like I said, the catcher in Ryan Jones is stepping up to the plate for the Pios right now. Great catcher for them this season. I mean, we saw him in a game earlier in the season. He was like a brick wall back there for the Pioneers. And right now, coming up to the plate, he supports a 111 batting average. And he has 4 hits on the season.
Yeah, so the success behind the dish, not exactly as impactful at the plate, but yeah, he's a great defensive player. Similar to Jaden Madrid, even though Madrid's had a great year at the plate, but he just doesn't seem to make very many mistakes when he's back there to catch it.
For Jones so far,
yeah, you just talked about Madrid in the field. I don't believe he picked up an error at all this season. He was so fun to watch at the shortstop position.
I wonder if he enters this game or if he sits out of this one to keep that intact. That's a nice resume booster right there. I played an entire season of Summer League baseball and didn't report a single error. That's shortstop too. That's a tough position to not have an error. The 3-1 count. Pitch. That's it. Fouled off. The count now 3-2. 2 outs on the board. Muir trying to make this a 1-2-3.
So now it's a full
Kick,
count.
slide, pitch. That's it. And strike 3, a backwards K for Zach Muir. He picks up his second strikeout of the day. We'll be right back on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel. Bottom 2, Burt Maxton approaching the plate. He's going to go to get Zachary Nelson. Double A's plate is 2 in the first. And this, as we mentioned, it's a big game for Elmira because if they win, they're in. Also, they're in if Olean loses in that game against Niagara Falls. That's going on right now. That game's at the bottom of the 5th inning right now, and Olean is currently tied 1-1 with Niagara Falls. That's a huge game right there.
Yeah, that's going to be the game that we're going to be watching as we obviously watch this game. But right now it's a close game, and that's what we have here at Falcon Park. Double A's lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Olean wins that. Bet you our stream will have a few more people and stay tuned in from this game and from that game. But again, if Olean loses, then this game actually doesn't have any meaning. So hopefully, I'm hoping that we get it to have it be close. I want to see the Double A's. Let's see the Double A's crush the Pioneer experience in real time. And 2-0 with pitch swung on, hit out into right center field. It's the right fielder Tyson Gingrich coming up with the catch for out number 1.
Unlucky for Burt Maxson, who has been unable to find the gaps recently. Last night he got on in the game against Newark. He got on thanks to a bunt that somehow ended up being successful. But last night he went 0 for 4 at the plate, and right now he is 0 for 1.
Brendan Smith up to bat. It should be kind of rough up to bat with Brendan Smith on deck. Rump takes the first base of Brendan ball for a ball. Rump playing shortstop today. So far this season, Rump has been a very solid batter, very consistent. As he's batting around 256, slugging 302. 1-1 count at the 75-mile-per-hour pitch.
Now is
Nelson's up to 30 tosses on the day already.
They're going to try and look towards Mike Bensler to try and use his what is honestly
That gets away from Nelson right there. 2-1 count.
more of Nelson go with that fastball to get through. However, the big factor is can they get there?
Which makes it Smith on deck. He's playing first today, which not to say it's an unusual position for him, but we normally see him out in the outfield, either left or right. So he's playing first today, showing some versatility off, kind of like Evan, who has managed to both be the best commentator up in the booth this season for the Auburn Doubledays, but also the worst opening pitch of the season. The 3-1 count. That gets away from Nelson again. A 5-pitch walk.
You know, you can clown me all you want, but I kind of threw that hard.
You did.
But it was a good thing you got out of the way, because that could have been bad.
Again, almost hitting our social media director. That was dangerous.
My bad, Mia.
Now it's Brendan Smith. 1 out on the board, 1 runner on. As Rump takes off the throw in time, but it was offline. And that's an easy steal for Connor Rump, as Jones had the timing perfect. He probably jumped up to throw that by the time, like before Rump even reached the halfway marker. But the throw was just off over closer to Tidwell than it was to Esley.
Yeah, just honestly, the throw had to be close thanks to a great stop.
Smith skies that high out into center field. Brett Baker coming down with it for the out. He immediately looks to throw that in. Rump stays glued to second.
The last batter in the Doubledays lineup is Jake Bentavega, the catcher tonight for the Auburn Doubledays. He comes into this one with a .292 batting average, and he has 14 hits on the season, 11 RBIs.
Bentavega hoping to not leave a runner stranded on the base path. The final batter to go against Nelson. Yo-oh does find the zone. Bentavega not thrilled with the call, but he'll reset. Only down 0-1 in the count. That was one of the faster pitches we've seen from Nelson today. That's roped deep into right center. It's actually right field. Gingrich coming down to right in front of the warning track. There's the third out. The Doubledays go down in 4 right there. We'll be back in the top of the 3rd inning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Top of the 3rd inning. Zach Muir still on the mound for the Auburn Doubledays. He's going against Manny Esley, the ninth and final batter in the Pioneers order. As they're only running 9 out there today. No designated fielder for, no 10th batter for the Pioneers.
Try and get them there first.
Esley nearly went in, does not go.
Yeah, Manny Esley's guy, the batting average definitely not where he wants it to be, but he can just grind in that bat.
Esley just batting 192 on the year, below the Mendoza line. But batting average hasn't meant as much in recent years, and his fielding has certainly made up for it. He has a few extra base hits on the season, can turn that power, and has the speed to certainly move around there. After Esley fouls that pitch off, it's a 2-1 count.
Here. Down is Muir towards
Thomas Sheplick waiting on deck.
2-2.
And it's now a count even at 2. Sheplick walked back in the first inning. He's looking to have another successful at-bat. Again, waiting on deck. Esley stepping back in, waving the bat.
The throw.
The breaking ball slots it, and wow, that looked like the pitch that struck out Ryan Jones, looking to end the second. And you can tell by the way he strutted after that pitch. Moore certainly thought he got strike 3. Instead, he has to go for the payoff. Will the ball lie as it's fouled off?
And I feel bad for Muir there because that looked pretty good from this angle up here. And he was strutting his stuff. He thought he got him looking. Instead, we'll have to do it again with another 3-2 count as Esley fouled that one off.
Some hitters pimp their home runs. Muir had pimped that strikeout as that's grounded just foul. But I like to see a pitch, have that energy out on the mound.
In the full count,
Esley working on his 8th pitch of the at-bat right here. He's fouled off 4 times. All four strikes thrown by Muir this at-bat have been fouled off, and there's ball 4 as he can't keep it down the gut. Esley reaches first. Now Thomas Sheplick up to bat.
Unlucky for Muir there. Could have been a strikeout. Instead, unfortunately, gives up a walk. Good eye there by Esley, and great job protecting yourself with a full count. And here's Sheplick, who's already walked in this game.
In Muir's first time through the Pioneers order, just 9 batters, he has walked 3. Still no runs given up yet, but there's Esley on first with no outs on the board. First pitch to Sheplick, missed for a ball. This one ricocheted up the middle, off of the mound to 6-4-3 double play. Rump to Gonzalez to Smith to get out both Esley and Sheplick.
Yeah, what a play there by Connor Rump that kicked off the mound, and it went askew. Almost missed his glove. He's able to somehow get in front of it, make a simple toss to second. Beautiful play by Gonzalez to gut it to first to get out the speedy Sheplick. 2 outs here in the 3rd.
Each team in tonight's contest has already picked up a double play. First pitch to Castro, misses low. Castro back in the first inning, flew out to right field. Maxson got underneath it on a pitch that, he got a hit that went very high. So now Castro stepping back in. The 2-0 is inside. Right now, Castro is potentially going to be the 4th walk of the day for Muir.
In the West Division, the final playoff spot, who will go to face potatoes?
1 pitch away. The 3-0.
The pitch.
This is inside. Too easy for Castro. He'll walk to first. Brett Baker takes the batter's box with a runner on first.
4-pitch walk for Muir. I mean, he was looking dialed after getting that double play. Unlucky there.
Now Baker will await the batter's box to adjust his gloves.
Now Brent Baker comes up here.
The lefty batter going against the righty pitcher. He walked in his first at-bat. Very similar. There was a runner on first, 1 out. This time a runner on first, 2 outs. and Baker had walked to put runners on both first and second before they were shortly after stranded by their Pioneers teammates. He ropes that one right up the middle, gets past the glove of Viewer. The throw over to first is in time. A beautiful play there made by Connor Rupp over the shortstop, running over in front of Nacho Gonzalez. And that's the third and final out. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel for the bottom of the third inning. Back here at Falcon Park, bottom of the third inning. Stephen Ambrosio up for the second time today as this lineup looks back around to the top of the order. Ambrosio had a single and later scored to kick off the first. The Double A's lead 2-0 with also a lead in the hits column 3-0. First pitch into Ambrosio, misses low.
Last inning working pretty well. He's going to only try and get another quick inning here.
Nelson had a quick second, only 4 batters faced there. Walked 1. He's walked 2 total batters today as that pitch misses inside.
Close inside. It's going to be too low.
So giving it 3 singles, 2 walks. That's forced a lot of flyouts.
2-0.
So we'll see the Double A's probably put the bat on the ball frequently in today's contest. As you mentioned, a lot of stuff from Nelson, but not a lot of speed.
Interesting pitch to throw.
That pitch just fell in for strike 1. The 2-1. Nelson's pitch comes in, and Ambrosio can't connect.
It is 3-1 in favor of the Oilers.
Olean leads 3-1 now in that other contest, so Elmira increasingly needs to boost here. Nelson with the 2-2. The pitch is fouled off. Nelson out of Alfred State just finished up his senior season there. Made 20 appearances and had a 1-1 record his senior campaign. A local kid out of Corning, New York. Tried out Section 4 baseball. The 2-2 pitch is over the head of Ambrosio. He's worked his way back into the scout, a full 1 as he resets. Nelson was wild on that last pitch. Trying to refine the strike zone. He does, and that's popped up high. Zubek coming down on it and catching the pop-up over to first. The first batter down for Auburn, Teddy Monahan, is up to bat similar to Stephen Ambrosio. He had a single in the first inning and then made his way all the way around the bases. He was driven in by Nacho Gonzalez's single as the 5th batter in the Double A's lineup.
Already being met with cheers from the fans. They We're chanting his name when he stepped up to the box, batting 1,000 on the day. So if he gets another hit here to keep his hitting streak going.
First pitch misses upstairs on a breaking ball, 65 miles per hour. Monahan is a patient batter. He's going to wait for Nelson's right pitch to fall down the middle. He swings after that one and fouls it off.
Over the plate. You obviously heard it several times. You hang him, we bang him. You don't want to try and miss there with an off speed. You want to try and miss low in the zone. So interesting to see
Monahan taking some practice swings as umpire gets the ball back to Nelson. 1-1. That breaking ball is fouled off by Monahan. He's now down in the count. 1-2 with one out on the board.
1-2 count. Once again, the bat of the Double Days have been crucial this season.
Yeah, I feel like every time that they're playing, they're always.
Monahan had a big home run against Elmira earlier this season, a grand slam actually, as the breaking ball misses upstairs. As that nearly hit Monahan, he needs to walk all the way out of the circle. That was very close to hitting him, and that's the second time we've seen Nelson get wild over near the head of the Double Days batter.
Yeah, look out there. That one almost clipped him in his helmet. He was lucky enough to move out of the way.
Now count, even at 2.
The pitch, that one.
High pitch breaking ball that was going to find its way back to the zone. Monahan fouls it off to stay alive.
Hope to see Stickler get another grand slam against Olean today with Pioneers.
You know the Pioneers are
So with Olean now leading 3-1, Elmira really could use some run support here against the Double Days. Auburn just trying to extend their cushion even further. 2-2 pitch.
That one falls in there.
Just barely upstairs as the umpire makes the hand motion saying just a tad high. So we've got a full count here with just one out on the board.
I don't know how many more times.
Nelson trying to make it 2.
High off speed pitch to get in the strike zone. Good chance.
The payoff pitch is hit high over to center field. Brett Baker getting underneath it in time for the second out.
Easily.
Unlucky for Monahan because he worked a long at-bat against Nelson there. He just unfortunately got a tad bit underneath it, and that's what drove it up in the air. Still had some power to his swing, but unlucky there as that's the first time that he has been retired tonight.
Yeah, those pitches by Nelson, they have a lot of break to them, so it's easy for Double A's hitters to get underneath them and just hit them too high, have them loop a little bit too much, and that allows the outfielders for Elmira to get underneath them. However, there's also going to be chances for the Double A's to just make contact, and like we saw in the first inning, put together those strings of hits that allow them to score.
Gingrich made 2 plays. Baker made a play. He just made a play on.
I mean, they were electric in the first. They had back-to-back hits, and then they walked, and then there was a ground out, but that scored a run, and then another hit that scored another run. You love to see it from the Double A's, especially in the first inning.
Yeah, and the Double A's sometimes haven't been able to get off to the greatest of first inning starts. Had a fantastic start today. Perfect way to end the season with a 2-0 start. But now it's about keeping the pressure on Nelson, who breezed through the second, is in the process of breezing through the third. We'll see if Smith does do that as he hits it over the short. Tidwell gathers it and throws it way offline. Smith will advance to second as the throw might get him. It does get there in time. Smith is called out. And that was an incredible recovery by the Pioneers. Smith was chased down after the error. And the Double A's can't get out of the third quickly enough. That was an unfortunate turn of events for Ethan Smith and the Double A's. We'll be right back on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel.
We got an official scores decision on what that
Back
play
to
was.
the top of the fourth inning here at Falcon Park, and just so you know what that was ruled to end the third inning. Smith reached first on the error by the shortstop, and then it was thrown out by the first baseman on the run down to second. So it's credited with an error to the shortstop. That's Jalen Tidwell picking up his error there. And now it's up to Tidwell to show out at the plate. Maybe can make up for that error going to Zach Muir right here. He fouled off the first pitch. Muir missed on the second. Muir has a solid arsenal of pitches. Again, the Portland native. He obviously has his fastball, but then also adds a curveball, a slider, and a changeup.
The last half inning, when you have an error, is the change at all in your mind? How you
So it's now a 2-1 count to Tidwell.
Go into your at bat with the mindset of
Tidwell whips right there. He's down to his last strike. You can tell that Muir's versatility has really fooled the Elmira Pioneers at some points this season.
I mean, also Miura has kind of a confidence to him at the mound. Like, look at it, he's already ready, and Tidwell wasn't even set in the box.
Yeah, like I said, he's strutting around, and yeah, he's got confidence. He pitches quickly. You got to get everything you want out of your pitcher.
So 2-2 count now incoming for Jalen Tidwell. Here, the pitch, that one did
There's
go.
a run. Reeled down to the first, and the field umpire said that Tidwell went. That's a close call, but it looks like Tidwell goes down on strikes.
Here for Muir.
That's out number one here in the top of the fourth, and looks like Muir did it himself. Field umpire rung up Tidwell. Great pitch by Muir, as Tidwell is now 0 for 2 off of Muir tonight with 2 strikeouts.
It hasn't been Tidwell's day so far. 2 strikeouts, 1 error. Now Brandon Dubek trying to get his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field. In fact, the Pioneers, all of them, have not yet gotten a hit. Muir's been dealing. The only issue so far for him has been the walks. He has 4 of those so far.
Yeah, but if you're a pitcher and you're hitless against a team through 3 1/3, I mean, your confidence is up there right now. And I'm sure Muir pretty much is feeling like he's on cloud 9 right now, just up there in his confidence with
I'm sure.
how well he's been pitching.
Jacob Morel similarly looked great yesterday through a good portion of the game. As it's fouled off by Dubek. Well, we saw Morel not really allowing hits, but he had the issue with hitting batters, where he hit 5 batters in yesterday's contest, eventually was taken out, but he was pitching very well, not giving up runs really, and not giving up hits. We'll see if Muir can keep Goose Egg on the board a little longer as that's gathered by Rumpf. The throw over to Smith in time for the second out.
Man, Rumpf has been electric over there at the shortstop position tonight. I mean, he got a 6-4-3 ground out in the third. He was a part of that, and now just had a great play there to get out the speedy Dubek. So good job there by Rumpf to get the second out.
Tyson Gingrich approaching the box now, batting .297 entering today. He's 0 for 1 so far with the grounder over to second. First pitch misses outside, 85 miles per hour from Muir. He was up to 65 pitches. He's had some long at-bats, but he's mostly been efficient. That pitch misses inside. Was close to hitting Gingrich. He kind of backed out of the way. Looked like he flared that elbow out a little bit, but ultimately wasn't struck by the ball. We're approaching 6 o'clock here at Falcon Park. Thanks for sticking with us through this Sunday afternoon contest. And honestly, it's a beautiful Sunday for baseball.
I mean, it's just a beautiful day for baseball in general, but a beautiful last game of the season for the Auburn Doubledays. 78 degrees here at Auburn at Falcon Park. I mean, it was in the 80s here. A bunch of the players were warming up.
That's scooped up high over to Stephen Smith out in left field. He does catch it just inside the third base line. And the Doubledays make quick work of the Elmira Pioneers to the top of the fourth inning. We'll be right back when we return here in the bottom of the fourth. Back here, bottom of the fourth inning at Falcon Park. And he just saw a dizzy bat race over down the third base line. And Evan, you know, we've already seen you throw out the first pitch. Maybe you can do a little bit better at that dizzy bat race. Can you do that?
Ryan, I hope that next season, you know, if we're back, I hope that they choose us to do the Dizzy Bat race, and I just absolutely annihilate you. Blow some dust past you by how fast I run to go and get a high five and win.
Evan, you very much might be faster than me. I'm not going to disagree with
Because
that.
you have been slamming me for my first pitch.
And guess what? You might be faster than me, but I guarantee you I can throw a better first pitch. And, you know, I feel like I'd be better at operating my senses after spinning. I just have a weird feeling I'd be better at that than you would be. There's strike two into bats.
And Blue Jays. On the beating, the Yankees and Red
A
Sox.
1-2 count. Nelson's given up just 2 runs today. Has kept the Double A's off the scoreboard since the second inning. The 1-2 pitch breaks low.
They may not control it.
Nelson just has so much movement on his pitches. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of his pitches tonight have dropped in for breaking balls.
Still stood strong, being able to get some out.
The pitch in bats. It's over to Tidwell at short. The throw in time to get out Justin Batts. He's up for 2 today with 1 RBI.
There's the first out. Unlucky for Bats. He kind of chopped at it, and it bounced a few times. And Tidwell, it bounced right to his chest. So all he had to do was catch it and drop it and then make the throw to first. So it was pretty easy for him to make that out.
They come in first season.
Bats back in the first inning had a very similar play, obviously with more runners on base. The bases were loaded with no outs. He grounded over to short. That was turned into a double play, but Stephen Ambrosio did score the first run of the contest on that hit by Bats. He picked up the RBI there. Now it's Nacho Gonzalez, another double day with an RBI. He had an RBI single that scored Teddy Monahan from third. Chasing after that breaking ball, fouls it off.
Being a 1-1 count right now.
The Double A's went through just 4 batters in the second, just 3 in the third. And if you remember, that was kind of a crazy way to end the third inning because Ethan Smith got on via an error and was thrown out trying to turn it to 2. As we see Gonzalez nearly swing, doesn't end up going. It's a 2-1 count.
For Gonzalez, lone player.
The Double A's also even picked up a hit since last time Gonzalez was up after the first inning. The 2-1 is swung on, hit deep into left field. Coming down with it's Trevor Reed for the the second out. Here in the 4th inning, Zach Sperger up. His only at bat today, he threw out center.
Right a little bit. Ultimately, does have to make the adjustment. It's a good job of making the adjustment there, make the catch on the out.
6 to the 8 ounce.
Sperger, so far this season, with his .250 batting average, he only has 1 extra base hit on the year. Trying to add to that here in the finale. Pitch falls in for a strike to now Nelson's first strike there against Sperger.
Yeah, that one there, it wasn't a breaking ball. Looked like it was a fastball pitch from Nelson, clocking at 77. Another fastball there, and it wasn't a breaking ball again. I mean, he must be hearing us up in the booth talking about how many times he's thrown a breaking ball. It was back-to-back fastballs.
Yeah, switching some things up. As the Alfred State product brings a 3.49 collegiate ERA into this contest, or at least that's what his ERA was his senior campaign. He's now got a 2-1 count to Sperger.
Definitely, so far have been either about or fly or Auburn.
2-1 pitch, misses low and away. And right now Nelson's in danger of walking his 3rd batter of the day. Hasn't walked anyone since Connor up back in the second. Double A's have been patient, but chasing at times. Now the 3-1 pitch. Hit over to the shortstop. Tidwell gathers it. The throw will beat out Sperger to end the 4th inning. The Double A's going down quickly again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 between the 3rd and 4th innings. We'll see if Auburn can repeat some of that first inning magic when we return here in the 5th inning.
behind the dish. Now
Top of the 5th inning here at Falcon Park. And still the same guy on the mound, Zach Muir, but he's tossing someone different. Corbin Lovejoy replacing Jake Bentavenga. I guess that makes sense. You don't want to bang up your catchers too much before a playoff game tomorrow.
No.
Jamestown.
Yeah, definitely not. And I agree with this move. And Corbin Lovejoy still getting some reps for the Auburn Doubledays, especially if the Doubledays go deep into the playoffs or something happens to Bentavenga. But he's been pretty sharp behind the dish in place of Bentavenga. So Lovejoy just getting some reps and allowing Bentavenga to sit.
Lovejoy went 0 for 2 0 for 2 yesterday. Worked 1 walk. So not his greatest day at the plate. We'll see, but he had a great outing behind the plate. We'll see if he's able to repeat that today. As the batter goes there for strike 2. That's Trevor Reed chasing that pitch.
Bro, that one
Over the head of Trevor Reed. He had to duck down there, showing off his flexibility. I don't think I can move that quickly.
No, not only do I spike first pitches, but I am not flexible at all. I'm not able to touch my toes, I don't think.
Really? Not
Can
even
you
able
touch
to
your
do that?
toes?
I don't think I can. But I'm extremely not able to be flexible. Instead of strike 3, Reed goes down swinging. Another strikeout for the starting pitcher, Zach Moore, who's reported a strikeout in now 4 of the 5 innings so far.
And Reed was upset with himself there after he struck out. He kind of took his bat and held up to his face. It was like he was yelling at it. He was definitely upset that he struck out.
3 of the 4 strikeouts have been swinging, just 1 looking, as Jones swings and whips right there.
Yeah, it seems more and more like the Pioneers
We'll keep you updated on the score in the other game as Olean has actually stretched that lead out to 4-1 over the Niagara Falls Americans. Bottom of the 7th inning over at Bradner Stadium. Olean playing at home, and they're seemingly cruising against the Americans.
Well, these Auburn Doubledays.
That's hit high over into left field. The play made by Ethan Smith successfully to get the quick second out.
And just like that, there's already 2 outs. In the 4th inning, the Pioneers went 3 up, 3 down against Muir. And then in the 3rd, they started out, Manny Esley picked up a walk, then a ground out, a walk, and then a ground out. So they've been on base 4 times tonight, but they have not been able to advance past second, and they still have yet to pick up a hit.
Yeah, and the only sign of relief has been they've worked walks against Muir, but he didn't walk anyone in the 4th, and is trying not to walk anyone here in the 5th as he faces his 3rd batter here. It looked like Esley was close to going, but pulled it back in time. 2-0 count. Muir 80 pitches deep. And that fastball, 84 miles per hour, right past Esley. Manny Esley is 0 for 0 today as he walked and is only at bat. As back to start off the 3rd inning. He's worked his way to a 3-1 count so far, trying to work his 2nd walk.
Now, once back in the 3rd, reaching there.
The 3-1 pitch is just outside. Esley walks again, so we'll see if he can keep those bases busy. He was immediately gotten out right after reaching base by Thomas Cheplik hitting into a double play. Cheplik trying for a more successful at-bat this time around.
Unlucky there for Muir there, as I thought that one would have been in the zone, but instead it's a ball, and here comes Cheplik as the lineup flips over for the 2nd time tonight.
5 total walks for Muir today. Again, that's been the only chink in his armor. 1-0 count. Esley takes off, and he's caught in a pickoff. There's a pickle as the throw back over to short, and Chado Rubble tags out Manny Esley for out number 3. He's walked twice today, but got out on a double play, and then was caught stealing. He just has not had a lucky day on the base path. The Doubledays will be right back at the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
We are back for the bottom of the fifth inning. The Auburn Doubledays have 3 hits on the game. The Pioneers are hitless through 5 innings against Muir. Here comes Burt Maxim Jr., who flew out to right field in the second to the glove of Gingrich. First pitch, he crushes it into left field for a base hit. Gets past the glove of diving Manny Castro and Jalen Tidwell. 1 pitch, 1 hit, Burt Maxim Jr. on first base.
The birthday boy gets his hit. Yes, it is Burt Maxim Jr.'s birthday today, and he's going to have some enjoyment there getting a hit on his birthday.
Here comes Connor Rumpf, who walked, picked up a stolen base in the second, and got left stranded. In the field tonight, he has been sensational over at the shortstop position. Maxim's already off first, Duback keeping him close. The pitch to Rumpf is in there for a strike.
Rumpf worked a walk back in the second. The Doubledays just picked up their first hit since all the way back in the first inning.
Maxim off first. The pitch to Rumpf is fouled off. First base side well out of play, and quickly it's an 0-2 count to the righty in Rumpf. Time is 6:15 p.m. and there's a throw over to first to Maxim. That is not in time on the pickoff attempt. We're an hour 15 into this game, or in the bottom of the fifth. 2-0 Doubledays. Maxim leading off first again. This one's fouled off towards the dugout for the Pioneers, then goes over their pen. So we'll do it again with an 0-2 count.
And I fully expect this pitch to be very low in the zone.
And Maxim almost gets picked off there. He got back, but Nelson had a quick pickoff move. Almost froze Maxim for a second. He's safe. Still an 0-2 to Rumpf.
Trying to recoup the basket.
This one's crushed into center field, and running in and making the catch is Baker. The throw to first to try to get Maxim is cut off. So Maxim was stealing. He was on second base and had to go back because it was hit right to the glove of Baker. So unlucky for Rumpf because he hit that ball well. It's an F8 in the books, and the first out, and Maxim is back on first base safely.
That brings up Brendan Smith, who flew out to center. His only at-bat so far today. Just watched Rumpf do that, the batter before him, trying to advance Maxim around.
Maxim's still off first. First pitch to Smith is low below the knees for ball 1.
Rumpf still second his last time up. We'll see if he goes for a second. He does. He takes off.
There's the throwdown. It gets past the glove. Manny Esley kicks into center field. Burt Maxim picks up a stolen base, and he is rewarded for almost getting thrown out trying to go back to first on the tag up.
That would have been a tough play for Jones to make, but the throw hasn't been great. Jones has been great at getting that ball down over the second today. The timing's been fine, but his accuracy's trailed off a little at times.
Runner in scoring position for the Doubledays, and Maxim, he's off second. The pitch from Nelson to Smith is waved on. Smith swinging for the fences on that one. Got just underneath it.
On deck, it's Corbin Lovejoy, the pinch hitter for the Doubledays.
Count still tied 1-1. The pitch. This one swung on and missed. Count is 1-2.
It's good to see Burt Maxim Jr. score on his birthday.
Yeah, he was rewarded with a base hit. And he got a stolen base. I'd love to see him score. 1-2 count. Nelson set. Maxim off of second. Esley keeping him close. The pitch is in there for strike 3. Smith cannot believe himself. That is the first strikeout on the game for Zachary Nelson as he catches Smith looking for the second out here in the bottom of the fifth.
It took Nelson a while, but he finally got that first K. Now it's Corbin Lovejoy's chance to try to get Maxim to score. As Maxim takes off, there's a shot into right field.
That one's caught by Tyson Gingrich for the third out, so unlucky for the birthday boy that he was unable to score. But what an inning from him. He worked a hit. He was the only hit on the inning, and then he picked up a stolen base. He got left stranded on second. The Doubledays, after getting a hit, go 3 up, 3 down with 2 flyouts and a strikeout looking. 2-0 Doubledays. We're going to make our way to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. It's the top of the 6th. If you're just joining us, the Auburn Doubledays are leading this one 2-0. Zach Muir still out there on the mound for the Doubledays. The Doubledays as a team has 4 hits. The Pioneers have 0 off of Muir. Evan Crocio joined alongside by Ryan Story. First pitch is outside for a ball to Cheplik. Next pitch misses same location for ball 2. And Cheplik tonight, he is 0 for 1. He walked, got left stranded on first, and then he grounded out into a double play. Next pitch is fouled off. That one clocked in at 83 miles per hour for Muir. Beautiful pitch there. So it's a 2-1 count. Here's set from the windup. Kick steals the pitch. This one's fouled off. Goes over the stadium, probably into the parking lot back there towards Ryan's car.
Hopefully he didn't hit it. Cheplik had actually been up at the end of the 5th inning, but then Manny Esley was thrown out between first and second.
This one's hit over to Rumpf. Collects it. Throw to first in time. Beautiful play by the shortstop. Yet again to pick up another out himself.
The Doubledays have truly been blessed with their shortstop play this season between Jaden Madrid and Connor Rumpf. Not obviously, no, Madrid hasn't had any errors this season, and you look at Rumpf. He's had a few, but also some of those errors came at second, came at third. So when he's been at shortstop, it seems like he's almost never made mistakes out there.
Looks like head coach Thomas Eaton for the Doubledays is going out there to talk to Muir. Not sure if he's talking about his pitch count.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the concern. He's up to 88 pitches, and for Muir, you want to conserve his arm. He could be a valuable piece in the playoff run. I know that game against Jamestown is tomorrow, so make sure to tune in for that. Won't be on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel, but make sure to keep following the Doubledays as they make their playoff push.
Yeah, please, please, please watch the Doubledays tomorrow and the playoffs. We're going to want all the support that we can get. There's actually a watch party that was announced before the game here at Falcon Park by our general manager, Njanya. So that will be fun here at Falcon Park. It's an 0-2 count right now to Manny Castro, who is 0 for 1 tonight with a flyout to right field to the glove of Burt Maxim Jr. And then he walked in the third and got left stranded. 0-2. Muir set. The pitch. This one's going to be hit right to Rumpf. Backs up. Makes the play. The throw to first is in time. Connor Rumpf is phenomenal tonight at the shortstop position.
That was a tough one for Rumpf to gather. It took a weird hop. He had to change the position of his glove in order to stop it from bouncing off his chest. Still managed to make a smooth transition to the throwing hand and toss it over to Smith in time.
Well, Rumpf's apparently going to have to stay on his toes as the 2 outs have been himself. Here's Brett Baker. Watch the first one go by for a ball.
Baker so far today walked in the first, grounded out to end the third.
And where has he hit this one? To Rumpf. Throw to first is in time. Connor Rumpf. 3 up, 3 down himself. He's going to be met with high fives from his teammates. What an outing from Connor Rumpf tonight at the shortstop position. He's looked like prime Derek Jeter over there at the shortstop position. No hits against Muir for the Pioneers through 6, and that might be it for his night here against Elmira. 2-0 Auburn Devil Days. We are going to make our way to the bottom of the 6th. Nelson still out there on the mound for Elmira. We'll be right back. We are back for the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-0 Auburn Devil Days. And in between, I asked Brian what his favorite Auburn Devil Days moment was. I know for me that one of my favorite moments was going to go do an away game in Newark. That was fun, calling that game. And then watching Teddy Monahan hitting an opening night home run. But for Ryan, I know that one of his least favorite moments was probably being the catcher for my first pitch, as he had to get out of the way of my pitch.
I can't believe that your favorite moment doesn't have me there. I mean, wow, what are you doing?
I just said the Teddy Monahan home run as well. That one was fun.
That was your second favorite. Your favorite one was out in Newark.
All right, well then, my favorite moment would have to be you being my catcher for my first pitch. No, I'm just kidding.
There we go. I like that.
Favorite would probably be going to get free food before games.
Fair enough. Yes, that's a good call.
Definitely miss the crinkly fries, as this one is hit in the air by Ambrosio, Stephen Ambrosio, towards left field, and it goes into the Double Days pen for a foul ball. It's a 2-1 count. Ambrosio, Stephen that is 1 for 2 on the night with a single scored in the first. He was the first run to come in and the first hit on the game, so he has bragging rights this game. But then in the third, he flew out to the first baseman, right to the glove of Brandon Dubeck. He is working with a 2-1 count. Nelson set. The pitch. This one's going to be hit, unfortunately, right to the glove of Manny Castro. A bullet right to his glove. He barely had to move, and that's unlucky for Ambrosio. That is a line out right to the glove of Castro for out number 1.
Well, I mean, there might be some karma there, because I know you talked about the free food. But Stephen Ambrosio has given us a hard time for our eating habits, as we had a hot dog and a cheeseburger, or for you, just a hamburger, but without condiments. And Ambrosio was letting us hear it.
Yeah, shout out Stephen Ambrosio.
And
Shout out Jacob Morrell, who pitched yesterday. And shout out assistant coach Tim Bowerman. They all made fun of us for having no condiments on our pregame free meals. Like, just let us enjoy our meals. So let's hit on the ground to Castro again. Throw to first is in time. Great stretch by Dubek as Monahan is retired on the 5-3 ground out. But yet, do you like any condiments at all, Ryan? Like, is this a hot take by me? I hate condiments. I hate ketchup. I hate mustard. The only one that I guess I like is barbecue and honey. You go to McDonald's, ask for a honey packet, and wow, honey and chicken nuggets, incredible.
See, but the correct answer is a quarter pounder and cheese is great. Part of what makes quarter pounder and cheese great at McDonald's, why it's the best menu item there, is because of the ketchup, the mustard, the pickles, all the things you can put on a quarter pounder and cheese. You need your condiments. However, here at the park, I'm too lazy.
Fair take, you know. I like that. And we have a pitch batter in right now. In Michael Ambrosio's, Ethan Smith's night is done. Ethan Smith, he walked in the first, and in the third he got on an error, and this one's popped up by Michael Ambrosio right to the glove of the first baseman and Brandon Dubek. 3 up, 3 down. The Doubledays go hitless in this inning. They're still up 2-0. We'll be back for the top of the 7th on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. It is the top of the 7th. The time is 6:32 p.m. There's the practice throwdown from Lovejoy to the glove of Rumpf as the first pitch from Ryan Rocco is about to be thrown here in the 7th. Rocco replaces the starting pitcher in Muir, who actually left the game. He had a no-hitter against the Pioneers in 6 complete innings. He gave up, I believe, 5 walks. Then he had 4 strikeouts, and he gave up no hits. Doubledays at the plate behind him scored 2 runs. Stepping up to the plate to face off against Ryan Rocco is Jalen Tidwell, the cleanup batter, who went 0 for 2 off of Muir with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, the pitch count was just a little too high for Muir, but still a stellar outing here in the regular season finale. The Double Days might not have an individual no-hitter, but they still could go for that team no-hitter.
And that would probably be my favorite Double Days moment. That would top it. If they somehow get a team no-hitter, as this one swung on and missed. It's 0-2 right now to Jalen Tidwell.
Muir was just shy of 100 pitches. So when we saw Coach Eaton go to the mound to talk to him, it's like him saying, this is your last pitch.
Strike three, down swinging goes Jalen Tidwell. Ryan Rocco with a statement. He just struck out Tidwell on 3 pitches. There's Rocco's first strikeout on the night and the first out here in the top of the 7th.
Tidwell is not at a great game tonight. 3 strikeouts, all swinging, and then also had an error out there at short. This is a forgettable last regular season game for him, so I bet you he's really hoping Elmira comes back to win this game so he can have a better final performance for Elmira.
Brandon Dubak 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out. And that first pitch to Dubak was a ball upstairs, well above his helmet. And unfortunately, there goes the immaculate inning. Next pitch in there for a strike to Dubak, outside corner of the plate at the knees.
In terms of who gets in. You would expect that it goes to only and due to
Counts tied 1-1, 1 out.
we'll have to see.
Rocco set from the stretch, kick steals, the pitch. In there for a strike, says the home plate umpire. It's 1-2, Rocco well ahead.
Why Niagara was limited the other day.
Rocco set again. A quick pitcher. Next one misses for a ball. Looked like a slider there from Rocco that just missed upstairs. Count is now tied 2-2. The pitch. This one's going to be hit into right field, and there goes the no-hitter. It gets past Burt Maxim, going to second base, and Brandon Dubak. The throw from Burt Maxim on a hop, not in time. Brandon Dubak breaks up the no-hitter, and he picks up a stand-up double off of Ryan Rocco. And there is finally a runner on bases for the Pioneers. They didn't get one on last inning, and they left Manny Esley stranded in the 5th.
Now coming up, Tyson Gee.
That could be the spark Elmira needed. Again, they need this spark. This OEN is now going to be 5-1, bottom of the 8th inning over at Brandner Stadium. So right now, it looks like Elmira needs to win to make the playoffs. And right now, that tying run is at home plate.
Tyson Gingrich steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He grounded out in the 2nd to the glove of Nacho Gonzalez and then flew out in the 4th inning and to left field to the glove of Ethan Smith. He's working with Dubak off of second. The pitch misses for a ball. It is 2-0 with 1 out to Tyson Gingrich. Rocco set from the stretch. Gives the runner a look off second. Kick steals. The 2-0. In there for a strike. There's the first strike to Tyson Gingrich.
Rocco is so far this season sporting a 9.95 ERA, making his 8th appearance, and he's got just an 0-1 record. 19 total innings of work.
This one is swung on and missed by Gingrich. Count is tied 2-2, and this is what we saw last at bat in Dubak. He worked with a 2-2 count, then ripped a double into right field. So let's see if Rocco can redeem himself and do the out himself. The 2-2. This one's going to be fouled off over the stadium roof. We'll do it again with a 2-2 count.
Bases completely juiced. 2 down, 5-1 score.
Dubak off second, keeping him close as Rumpf. He'll bang on his glove. Rocco gives him a look. Another 2-2. This one's going to be hit right to Connor Rumpf, who's going to have to make a run in. Bobbles the ball, unable to make a play, and that will be, I believe, a hit for Tyson Gingrich, and the Pioneers have runners on the corner with 1 out.
It wasn't necessarily, obviously not an error, but he wouldn't have made the throw down to first base in time, even if he had gathered it cleanly. but that's the first even slight slip up we've seen from Connor Rumpf today.
Stepping up to the plate now is Trevor Reed, who was 0 for 2. He flew out to center field the second, struck out swinging in the fifth. As this one, 81 miles per hour, he has to move out of the way. That's ball one. Off of first is Gingrich. Off of third is Dubek. Smith keeping Gingrich close. This one's going to be popped up infield. Nacho Gonzalez running in. Connor Rumpf calls everyone off and makes the catch close to the pitcher's mound for out number 2. What a run by the shortstop to pick up the second out, and he gets a fist bump from Ryan Rocco.
That's a veteran play by Rumpf. He knew that Rocco was backing up. He was a little uncertain where he was. You also have that mound. That makes it a little bit tougher for the pitcher. So what do? You have your shortstop take over control of the play and make the play himself.
Then on base, they're going to start running. Trying to get the first run of the ball game for the Pioneers. Top of the 7th inning. Here from Auburn, New York at Falcon Park.
Stepping up to the plate is Ryan Jones, the catcher, who was also 0 for 2 on the game with a strikeout looking in the second and a fly out to left field to the glove of Ethan Smith in the fifth. Runners on the corners. Next pitch in there, misses for a ball. Home plate umpire says it's 1-1. Everyone here at Falcon Park thought that one was a strike as we're changing our camera real quick.
Unplug the laptop so you can. That's what Mark is.
Next pitch misses for a ball. So it's a 2-1 count
Yeah, now.
to the catcher in Ryan Jones.
Jones last time up, he flew out to left field in one where he got a good amount of run underneath the ball, but was tracked down by then outfielder Ethan Smith. Now Michael Ambrosio out there manning left.
Counts is 3-1. Rocco down. Jones ahead. And if he works a walk, that would load the bases. On deck is Manny Esley, who has walked twice tonight. Did that against Muir. The pitch. This one's going to be popped up. Right field side. Brendan Smith underneath it calls everyone up, and he drops the ball in foul territory. Oh boy, unlucky for Brendan Smith. I mean, the ball pulled him close to the wall, and he kind of was not balanced at all. Ball pulled him back as well. A misjudge by Brendan Smith, and the count will be 3-2. Lucky that it was in foul territory, not fair territory. So we'll do it again in the at-bat to Ryan Jones, but instead the count is 3-2. Both runners off. The pitch from Rocco. There goes the runner to second. It's swung on and missed. Ryan Rocco, phenomenal here in his first inning of pitching for the Auburn Devil Rays here in the 7th. Gets 2 strikeouts. He did give up a double and a single, but he kept those runners stranded and ends the top of the 7th with a strikeout. We'll be back on the Auburn Devil Rays YouTube channel for the bottom of the 7th, where the Devil Rays lead 2-0. Bottom of the 7th, 2-0 Auburn Doubledays. Justin Betts steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. At the top of the 7th, the Pioneers ended their hitless bid on the game against Ryan Rocco, but Ryan Rocco was phenomenal. He gave up a double and a single, had 2 strikeouts, had a strikeout to end the inning. And right now on the screen on Ryan's laptop, he has the score of the Olean game and Niagara Falls game.
Niagara Falls is down to their last out, but some hope for fans of the Pioneers tuning in tonight. Niagara Falls did play one more run, so they're down to just a 4-run deficit, and they've got a runner on third. But yes, down to their last out. One more, and it means that Olean will advance to 2018, and then also Elmira makes it a must-win game for Elmira if Olean wins there, which seems likely. But hey, crazier things have happened.
Justin Betts working with a 3-1 count. The pitch from Nelson is a breaking ball that is fouled off. Now the count is full to Justin Betts.
Well, now it's 6-3, Evan. It's getting closer. And a runner on second after an RBI double.
Oh boy, a close game for Niagara Falls and Olean as this one's hit on the ground to Tidwell. Gloves it. Throw to first is in time for the first out, and unlucky for Justin Betts tonight. He has been a victim of the glove of Tidwell 3 times tonight. Here comes Nacho Gonzalez, who is greeted with cheers by a Doubleday faithful. He steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to left field to the glove of Trevor Reed. He is working with 1 out and no one on.
I like the fans rooting for the players. They're giving them a nice round of applauses. Depending on how the rest of this game goes, these at-bats could be their final at-bats at Auburn Doubledays. And it's been a fun summer here. I'm sure they've enjoyed their time in Auburn, New York. Honestly, one of my favorite places in all of upstate New York.
Yeah, we've got the best fans of the PGCDL here at Falcon Park. Some serious Doubledays fans that are very faithful to this organization that have been coming here for years. They're awesome, so fun to watch. What exciting plays or exciting hits happen here at Falcon Park. Got to shout out the fans at Falcon Park that have been coming all season because, you know, we love them and we appreciate their support.
One of the sad things about Major League Baseball and some of those other professional sports is ticket prices have gotten so high that you don't have to choose superfans at every game unless you're like Spike Lee or something like that. Here at Falcon Park, I see the exact same faces all season at every single game.
Heads over towards left field.
Nacho lifts this one into left field. It's caught by Trevor Reed for an F7, and that's the second time Nacho has gotten out by the glove of Trevor Reed, and that's the second out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Note here, Nacho Gonzalez and Justin Betts gone out by 6-3 and F7. The last time those two got out, 6-3 F7. So maybe we'll see here, Zach Berger, he grounded towards shortstop last time.
Zach Berger steps up to the plate,
In the 4th inning, that one goes for
and he watches the first one go by for a ball.
Being able to repeat itself like that and just have strangely unpredictable patterns like everybody on the other side.
1-0 count, 2 outs. Whoa, look out, that one plunks Zach Berger right in the back. The first hit by pitch of the game tonight.
We saw a lot of them yesterday, but yeah, first one today.
So that puts the runner on first base for the Auburn Doubledays, and Zach Berger. Stepping up to the plate is Burt Maxim Jr. He is 1 for 2 with a fly out, and then a single and a stolen base in the 5th. The birthday boy would love to move around Zach Berger off of first and get on himself. The first one, a 64-mile-per-hour breaking ball that drops in the zone for strike number 1 to Burt Maxim Jr.
He also has triple-digit total pitches on the day. He's been out there for a while and still hasn't given up a run since the first inning.
Deja vu of the first pitch is that one is almost the same mile per hour. clocked in at 63, and that's a strike looking. Counts 0-2. Off first is Spurger. Keeping him close is Dubek. 0-2. This one's going to be hit in a shallow center field. Running in is Brett Baker. Makes the play for the third out. The Doubledays lead. Zach Spurger stranded in F8 ends the inning.
Top of the eighth incoming.
And one important note for this inning over, there's also another game that's over. That's the Olean Oilers picking up a 60 win over the Niagara Falls Americans, meaning Olean and the Elmira tonight win and if you lose, you're out. So big implications coming up here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
Yeah, this is nerve-wracking for the Pioneers because they have to win. But let's go Doubledays, Shane, going in the comment section just for some more, support behind the Doubledays to get the win tonight. We'll be back for the bottom of the eighth on the top of the eighth, the Doubledays YouTube channel. It is the top of the eighth. The fans are being loud. They're trying to win an award. This one is popped up behind Lovejoy. It's a foul ball for Manny Esley, and we are underway here in the top of the eighth. Manny Esley is batting 0 tonight because he has not had a chance to really hit the ball. He walked in the third and walked in the fifth. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2. It is 0-2.
Esley's been involved in some unfortunate plays. He was walked in the third, was thrown out in a double play, and then walked back in the fifth and was caught stealing by the pickoff.
This one's fouled off. We'll do it again with an 0-2 count. Yeah, and like you said, Esley has gotten on first tonight, but he hasn't been able to advance. So that's unlucky for him, but
it could still be a long
Don't stick up.
In 1 point so far today. Rocco.
Yeah.
0-2.
Deal.
This one's skied.
Over.
Connor Rumpf running over, calling him off is Nacho Gonzalez. Makes the catch. Had to move back a tad bit. That is out number 1 here in the top of the eighth.
The Pioneers have come back before. And would it be fitting if they're able to do it against
1 out.
limited goalie
Here in the top of the eighth.
One of the biggest comebacks.
And the lineup will flip over for the Pioneers for the third time tonight. Here is Cheplick, who was over 2 with a walk, ground out into a double play, and then ground out in the sixth. First pitch is in there for a strike at 73 from Rocco.
But really can't talk about the Pioneers winning until they get base runners, until they're able to make something happen. It feels like this game has had so much.
This one misses for a ball. Count is tied 1-1.
And 1-1. So
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
In the last inning, they were
Cheplick still looking for a hit. And for the Pioneers, they need to win this game to get into the playoffs, as Olean beat the Niagara Falls Americans with the final score being 6-3. They're down by 2 runs. 100% not impossible. They need a run and inning to tie it. I need to hold the Double A's in the bottom of the 9th. But right now, off of Rocco, he has been sharp. It's a 2-2 count as that one finds the outside corner of the plate to Cheplik.
Absolutely impressive so far.
Yeah, not to mention he has a fantastic feel for the outside corner so far.
2-2 the pitch. That
This one misses upstairs for a ball. Count is 3-2.
This is the first time that Rocco's
Big moment for Rocco right here. Getting this second out would really damage the Pioneers' chances of executing a comeback in this inning at least.
Payoff pitch. That one.
This one's fouled off. Ricochets off the stadium roof. Sounded like fireworks.
I was about to say that.
It actually went towards the Doubleday's dugout. And Coach Eaton held up his hand like, hey, don't hit me. As it almost nearly plunked him.
Dangerous out there.
Counts full. The pitch from Rocco is going to be hit in the shallow left field.
It will.
Oh, and Connor Rumpf almost had a crazy play and kicks off of his glove and goes towards the wall in left field. Good thing that Michael Ambrosio, ran in from left field to get it, so Cheplik couldn't advance to second. That will be a base hit for Cheplik, his first tonight.
Unfortunately,
That was a tough play for Rumpf. And just a reminder, this game means nothing for the Auburn Double Days in terms of they're set as the 3 seed. They're still going to be playing tomorrow no matter what. So for Rumpf to lay out there, that's impressive. A true test of grit and honor with nothing on the line.
Don't feel. Try and something again here.
0-1 counts to Manny Castro, who was 0 for 2, and he picked up a walk. He fouls this one off against the backstop. Shaking his head, he knows he's all over Rocco, waiting for his pitch, but he is down 0-2. So Rocco has his number right now. Rocco's looking for a strikeout. He has 2 strikeouts so far and 1 full inning. Off of first is Cheplik, Smith keeping him close. The 0-2, breaking ball, and that one plugs Castro right in the back, and the Pioneers have the leading run now up to the plate in Brett Baker.
That's the second hit batter we've seen today. Only 2, which isn't too high of a number. Brett Baker could do some damage. I mean, you look at Brett Baker's season stats. Batting nearly 400, slugging nearly 550. He's got some talent at the dish.
0-2 so far today. He does have a walk in the
Brett Baker walked in the first and grounded out twice to the glove of Rumpf. First pitch is in there for a strike. 79 miles per hour from Rocco. Smith playing back. Sperger playing in a little bit towards the grass. Rumpf is behind the lead runner in Cheplik. Next pitch just misses high for a ball. Count is tied 1-1. For Cheplik here, he's going to want a ground out into a double play to end the inning, so he doesn't have to try and do it himself. Cheplik off second. Off first is Castro. The pitch. This one's going to be hit to center field. Running in is Teddy Monahan. It dropped for a base hit. No damage done because no runs come in. The bases are loaded. However, as Brett Baker works a single, so he's on first. Castro's on second. Cheplik's on third. And it looks like we have a timeout called by head coach Thomas Eaton. And this might be it, I believe, for Ryan Rocco, who had a sharp 7th inning, gave up 2 hits, but then had 2 strikeouts, 1 end of the inning. But right now, here in the 8th, he's struggling a little bit. He got the first out against Esley, then he gave up a hit by pitch, and another hit. So bases are loaded. And it looks like that will be it on the night for Ryan Rocco, as here comes the relief pitcher who's going to come in with a bit of a jam. 1 out, bases loaded. We'll be back as we figure out who the new pitcher is on the Auburn Double Days YouTube channel. We're back after the pitching change. Bases loaded. William Ragland III is out there on the mound. A great hitter for the Doubledays and a great fielder. But right now, he's got a pitching outing to worry about. He has a 2.7 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss. This is his 4th appearance. He has started 1 game on the season and closed 1 game, and he has 1 save.
Anything that just gets the ball.
5 strikeouts on the season as well.
Now he's going for another save bid here, trying to add on to his number, double it up on the season finale.
Stepping up to the plate is Jalen Tidwell with bases loaded and only 1 out. The first pitch from Ragland was a ball. This one skied well out of play. Count is now tied 1-1.
The tying run is Manny Castro at second. The go-ahead run potentially is Brett Baker standing at first.
Ragland set from the windup. Kick steals the pitch. Outside corner of the plate. Tidwell, no swing. Count is 1-2.
Tidwell's 0 for 3 today. Is went down swinging all 3 at bats.
All runners off. The pitch from Ragland is swung on and missed. William Ragland works a strikeout, and with the bases loaded, there are 2 outs now for the Pioneers, who need to capitalize with bases loaded because they need to win this game in order to go into the playoffs. Ragland trying to escape the inning without giving up any runs. Just worked a strikeout against Tidwell. Here comes Brandon Dubeck, who is 1 for 3 with a flyout, groundout, and double.
This would be a stellar escape by William Ragland III. Coming in for Ryan Rocco, who lasted 39 pitches.
0-1, breaking ball. This one's hit, fouled off, and just like that, the Pioneers are down 0-2 with 2 outs. And there is the 2-strike, 2-out alarm siren. Yeah, I'm still calling it a siren. 0-2.
2 out, 2 strikes.
Look out, that one almost clips Dubeck. He had to move out of the way. Count is 1-2.
That was dangerous. If it clipped Dubeck there, that would have scored in a run.
Players from the dugout say, "Where's that?" Have to move. 1-2. The pitch. That one.
This one is swung on and missed, but it looks like Dubeck is trying to communicate something. I don't know if he thinks that it was on the ground or if he hit the glove of somebody, but looks like Lovejoy is smiling, does agree with the call, and William Ragland III is the hero in this inning as he just got out of a bases-loaded jam. He worked 2 strikeouts. Phenomenal outing from William Ragland III to not allow any runs to come in at all. Doubledays lead 2-0 as Dubeck strikes out swinging, but it looks like we have some discrepancy as the field umpire and home plate umpire talking over what might have happened. But the Doubledays have already headed to the bench, getting their hitting equipment on.
They say foul.
What? Wow, it looks like after talking it over.
Out to the field. Ball walking on the way over.
Wow, it looks like, I mean, I can't believe this myself. The Doubledays were already on the bench with their hitting equipment on, ready to hit. The Doubledays faithful are going to let the home plate and field umpires hear it because that looked like it was a strikeout, but Dubeck argued that he foul-tipped the ball, and he didn't strike out. So the Doubledays faithful are booing the umpires, and it looks like head coach Thomas Eaton is out there trying to figure out what happened. Obviously, he's just a tad bit upset with the call. Unlucky for Ragland. I already wrote down in my sheet, by the way, that was a strikeout for Ragland. So, unlucky for William Ragland III because that would have been a strikeout to end the inning. In fact, it is not. So, base is still loaded. There are still 2 outs. And it's a 1-2 count still to Dubeck. And Lovejoy just had to get his gear back on. He already was on the bench taking it out. Lovejoy could not believe that it was called a foul ball. He still can't believe it. Wow.
I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, the home plate umpire did not have a vantage point for it. Maybe the field umpire did, and it seems like he's the one who overruled the call. If the field umpire truly had a good angle at that, maybe it was the right call. But outside of that, if the umpire just went off of what the hitter said, I don't know if I can agree with that. Just blindly deciding to do that.
So it looks like the count is now full.
A full count, bases loaded. One pitch outside and a run scores. A pitch in the zone.
Ragland working with a full count approach, bases loaded. The runners are running. The pitch is fouled off. Runners will have to go back and we'll do it again with the payoff pitch coming up yet again.
Expect the second.
Ragland is really going to want to strike out here as he got robbed of a strikeout. But I do agree with you, Ryan. The field umpire might have seen something differently on the foul tip by Dubek. It was just a very late call and unlucky for Ragland. Payoff pitch coming up. Runners go. The pitch. And staying alive again is Brandon Dubek. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job at the plate staying alive, hitting anything close.
Up to this point, he's seen a lot of
Working on the ninth pitch of the at-bat. Ragland and Dubek battling.
If they win this one, they get into the playoffs. If
Dubek set in the box. Ragland set from the windup. Runners
a
off.
full count once again.
Payoff pitch again. This one misses for ball 4. Ragland unfortunately walks Brandon Dubek. Unlucky for him. So Dubek walks. He's on first. Baker is on second. Castro's on third. And Cheplik scored from third. It's 2-1 Auburn. The Pioneers score a run.
A crazy turn of events. Auburn's lead cut in half. And honestly, the MVP of this game for Elmira might be that field umpire. Not as in, that's not some burn on this Elmira squad, but he might have legitimately saved their season with that call.
There, it's a 1-0 count.
Here's Tyson Gingrich. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Count is tied 1-1 to Gingrich, who is 1 for 3 on the game with a ground out, fly out, and a single in the 7th. Still working with bases loaded and 2 outs. The pitch. Check swung on, but it's still called a strike by the home plate umpire. Ragland ahead 1-2. There's the 2-strike, 2-out siren yet again. Doubledoes faithful, excited. They want to see Ragland escape. The 1-2. This one's going to be ripped into right center field, and it drops for a base hit. 1 run comes in. Castro scores. Here comes another. They're keeping Dubek on third. A double that scores 2 runs by Tyson Gingrich. And this game has completely flipped over due to a foul tip call. One that easily could have ended the inning and could have been a 2-0 game still. Instead, it is 3-2 Elmira Pioneers as Ragland just gave up a double to Tyson Gingrich. He roped it into right center field. He scored Castro from third. He scored Baker from second. And on third is Brandon Dubek. Gingrich on second. I mean, all I have to say is wow.
Wow is the way to put it. Elmira now leading by 1 when Auburn honestly should be up 2-0 heading to the bottom of the
West
game.
Division playoffs in the 4th seed and heading to Batavia tomorrow.
I mean, still a lot of baseball left to be played.
Well, the Pioneers are leading this game. They were down coming into the inning 2-0.
Ragland deals.
So for them, their playoff hopes are still alive. Ahead 3-2 here at Falcon Park. And Trevor Reed is now working with an 0-2 count. The pitch from Ragland misses for a ball. Count is 1-2.
Down below the knees there.
Dubek off of third, off of second is Gingrich.
1-2, pitch.
The pitch, this one's roped, and it gets past the glove of Zaxberger and goes into left field. 1 run scores, another run is being waved home, no throw into home, 5-2, Elmira Pioneers, and their bench is pumped up. Scoring from third was Brandon Dubek, and scoring from second is Tyson Gingrich, a single for Trevor Reed that scored 2 runs. I mean, the Pioneers have completely really opened this one up. 5 runs have come in the 8th. It's 5-2 Pioneers. This is really unlucky for the Auburn Double Days and very unlucky for Raglan.
That started things all off. First pitch comes
Yeah,
in.
it's
Jones.
just-
One will go
It's
for
crazy how much of this has changed.
From Jones on the outside. Like, he's been behind the dish all day. He's got a good feel for the
Here comes Ryan Jones, the catcher. Off of first is Reed.
So here
It's
goes.
1-0 to Jones. The pitch. This one misses for a ball upstairs. Raglan just really trying to somehow get out of this inning.
Trying to get this final out of the inning.
He's been trying to get the final out the past 3 batters. Raglan steps off first. Steps off the rubber, throws to first, and is not in time on the pickoff attempt.
Trevor Reed stays on first. Ryan Jones gets back into the right-handed batting box.
Counts 2-0. Read off first. Raglan set. The pitch. This one swung on and missed by Jones.
Gets a fastball there, tries to catch up a little bit behind on 82 miles an hour still coming out of the arm, coming out of the hand rather, of William Raglan.
Now it is 2-1 down here.
The 2-1.
That one goes.
That's in there for a strike. Count is now tied 2-2.
Pioneers came back against Olean earlier this season, where they made up a deficit in the 8th and 9th innings.
2 balls, 2
come back
strikes.
and win the ball
There's the siren yet again, and for Raglan,
to have their
he just
comeback
really
today.
wants to get out of this inning.
Out of the playoff.
The pitch.
The throw. That one too
Oh,
high.
had just missed. Home plate umpire looked like he thought about it. Count is full to the ready Ryan Jones, who is yet to reach first base safely tonight. Raglan set from the stretch. Read off first. Smith keeping him close.
Raglan. Set. Kicks.
The payoff pitch. This one swung on a miss, and finally Raglan is rewarded. He gets out of the inning. He strikes out Ryan Jones, and for the Pioneers, a foul tip call that was called after the Double Days went to the dugout gives them 5 runs. It looked like Raglan had struck out Brandon Dubeck to end the inning. Instead, Dubeck walks, and then from there, Tyson Gigrich scored a double that scored 2. Trevor Reed hit a single that scored a few. 5-2 Pioneers lead. This game has flipped over for the Double Days. Pioneers playoffs hopes are alive. We'll be back for the 8th. Double Days need a few to get back into this game. We'll be back on the Double Days YouTube channel.
Shortstop
Welcome into the bottom of the 8th. This game has completely turned around for the Pioneers. They lead this one 5-2. They entered the top of the 8th down 2-0 to the Doubledays. They now lead by 3 runs. And Nelson is still out there on the mound for the Pioneers. Up to the plate is Connor Rumpf, who was 0 for 1 with a walk, a stolen base in the second, and got left stranded at second. Then he flew up to the glove of Brett Baker in the 5th. Yet to pick up a hit tonight. He would love one here to start something for the Doubledays.
Broadcast here. As we get ready here, it's a
Counts 1-1. The pitch from Nelson is going to be hit into center field. Running in is Brett Baker. Makes the play for the first out. And yet again, Connor Rumpf is a victim of the glove of Brett Baker. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. And this is an inning where the Doubledays need to rally. And they need to get something going. They at least need to score a run or 2. I'd love 2 runs. You know, I'd love for them to tie it. Dare I say, I want them to tie it right now. So they go into the bottom of the 9th hungry and win the game.
What if they just take the lead right here?
You know what? Better yet, I want them to take the lead.
The one strikeout today, that one was outside ball 1.
Brendan Smith 0 for 2 with a flyout and a backwards K.
Pioneers.
Really needs to get something going here for the Doubledays. Counts 1-0.
He's struggled at times against Nelson so far. Not, frankly, surprised Nelson's still in the game. Up to 107 pitches now. But I guess, you know, he doesn't have a ton of gas on his pitches, so his arm could last a little bit longer.
And it's due to the fact that he hasn't given up any runs since the first. This one's popped up. Smith underneath it. Running back is Tyson Gingrich. Makes the play for the second out. And right now, Corbin Lovejoy has some pressure on him as he somehow needs to find a way to get on first base safely. Whether it be a walk, an error, or a hit, he needs to get on first. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Nelson's set from the stretch. The pitch. That one drops in the zone for strike number 1. It's 0-1 with 2 outs. Steven Ambrosio, the leadoff batter, on deck.
That one at 63 miles an hour. When you're throwing that slow, you beat the baseball. So much opportunity to spin. Great job at running the first.
The pitch.
0-1, the pitch.
That one drops in the zone for strike 2.
The breaking ball right now of Zach Nelson has been lethal.
I mean, he outdoes himself, goes from 63 miles an hour to 62 miles an hour.
0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch.
The pitch. That one.
This one's chopped on. Running in is Tidwell. Calling him off as Castro. Throw to first is in time. In an inning where the Doubledays needed to score runs, they go 3 up, 3 down with no hits, no runs. Lovejoy just grounded out to the glove of Castro. And the Doubledays are down 5-2. The last inning of play is coming up. And right now the Pioneers still have their playoff hopes alive. We'll be back for the top of the 9th on the Doubledays YouTube channel. Oh boy, what a game we have here. In the top of the ninth, the Pioneers lead this one 5-2. And up to the plate for the Pioneers is the last batter in their lineup, and Manny Esley, who has walked twice. He flew out to the glove of Nacho Gonzalez in the eighth. He's facing off against Burt Maxim Jr. as Ragland's night is done. First pitch misses for a ball at 82 miles per hour from Burt Maxim Jr.
It's a nice birthday gift from head coach Thomas Eaton tonight. Burt Maxim Jr. out there on the mound for the second time this season.
This one is swung on and missed by Esley. Count is tied 1-1.
And that's coming in the factor of they were getting no hit through 6 innings.
The pitch.
Yeah.
This one misses downstairs for a ball.
Two teams in this game for the Pioneers offense.
Yeah, and Evan, I think this is the second gift we've seen head coach Thomas Eaton deliver today. You know, he's letting Burt Maxim out there on the mound. He also let you on the mound before the game. And how'd that pan out for Double Days?
It's not my birthday.
I didn't say it was a birthday gift. I just said it was a gift.
When's my birthday? If you get it first, what month is my birthday? If you get it first try, I'll give you a high five. Nope, September.
I said September.
You're not a real You're not a real friend.
I said September. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is ball 4 to Esley. He works a walk, his third walk on the game, and he was pumped up about it. As he looks to the dugout, flips his bat. The lineup will flip over as here comes Cheplik, who tonight is 1 for 3 with a walk, ground out single. Off of first is Esley. Maxim set, kick steals. The pitch misses for a ball upstairs.
In Maxim's only other outing this season, he gave up 2 runs, just 1 earned in 1 inning of work. Yeah, that's the only time we've seen him on the mound outside of that.
Lovejoy square behind the throw. That one.
Esley looked like he was going to go to second. Instead, he does not. Goes back to first. That one's in there for a strike
Leap up from
to
Lovejoy.
Cheplik.
Eventually throw down.
Count is now tied 1-1. Maxim gives the runner a look off first. Comes set. Kick steals. The pitch. This one's going to be hit. Left field side, foul ball. Count will be 1-2.
Foul line. We'll go now 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, Cheplik just gets jammed on that pitch. Tries to make something happen there, but realistically, he's pretty lucky that one winds up falling in foul territory. I don't think
Cheplik had that big time single last time he was up in the 8th.
Well. Esley overran first.
The 1-2. That one gets past Lovejoy. Esley makes his way to second, headed towards third. Instead, he stays at second. Lovejoy collects it to prevent him from going to third. And for the Pioneers, they have a runner in scoring position with Esley on second due to a pass ball.
your mindset should be simple here. Pull a ball.
Esley's been unlucky on the base paths today, so it would make sense for him to have a few cards fall in his favor.
That one gets past Lovejoy, a wild pitch by Burt Maxim. And just like that, the Pioneers have a runner in scoring position 90 feet away from scoring. Count is 3-2 to Cheplik.
Later, the man is standing on third base, just 90 feet away from making it a full.
There's another domino falling.
A full count
Moving
here.
closer and closer.
No outs.
The payoff pitch. This one's going to be hit in center field. Monahan on his horses. It gets past his head, and it kicks to the wall. Scoring with ease is Esley. Making his way to third will be Cheplik. The throw into third is cut off. A triple for Cheplik that scores Esley 6-2. Pioneers, they are really opening this one up.
That's a great job there to
The
stay.
disastrous turn of events for the Double A's. Teddy Monahan is like really far in there. He's a great defensive center fielder, but he was just out of position right there.
Get to the third base for the RBI trip.
Yeah, you saw him. He was playing really shallow, and he had to go on his horses to get the ball. This one's popped up out of play, first base side. Manny Castro still looking for his first hit on the game. He's got a fly-out walk, ground out, and he's hit by a pitch in the 8th.
at third base.
Cheplik is on third. The Doubledays defense playing in on the grass. The 0-1. This one's chopped on. Running in his rump. Doesn't go home. Throw to first is in time. An RBI for Castro. 7-2. Elmira Pioneers as Cheplik was able to score.
That was the right decision by Rump there. He knew that throw to home would not only be close, but it probably wouldn't get there at all. Just get the guaranteed out, a much safer play in the correct decision.
Here comes Brett Baker. A walk, 2 groundouts, and a single, and scored in the 8th. First pitch to him almost plunks him inside the lefty. Had to move out of the way. Count is 1-0.
No one has been warming up in the Pioneers bullpen. So potentially see Zach Nelson.
The pitch. This one smoked into right field, but it just
that one
misses foul.
by maybe a couple inches.
And having to collect it will be Braden Michelson, the right fielder. He chucks it
A
in.
little bit to the right of that right field line there.
Count is 1-1 to Baker.
A little out in front of that one. However, still in a 1-1 count.
Maximum so far just reported 1 out on the sacrifice hit.
The pitch.
Castro, the pitch.
In there for a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Count is 1-2.
And next thing right there, nothing you can do about that progression.
1-2 coming here for the left-handed batter against Maxim. He hits send.
The 1-2.
Deals that one.
And it looks like the field umpire says he wins. A strikeout for Burt Maxim Jr. against Brett Baker. It is 7-2 Pioneers, and that is the second out here in the top of the 9th.
Great pitch there by Maxim, getting the strikeout. Now just one batter left to go, and Tidwell is up. And Tidwell, understand, it's not in a great game today. 4 swinging strikeouts.
Winds up defaulting to the
No, definitely not a great game for Tidwell at all. That one gets past the catcher in Lovejoy. It's ball 1.
Tidwell looking to avoid getting another strikeout right here. He was trying to get himself on
Maxim set. 1-0 count. The pitch. That one misses for a ball upstairs. Maxim sitting at about 80 miles per hour pitching.
It's now a 2-0 count coming in here.
2-0. That's high for ball 3.
Now.
Yeah, Tidwell already sitting on the golden sombrero. Looks like might be avoiding a platinum sombrero here, however, still in the 3-0 count.
So we'll see if he gets the green light.
3-0.
Throws.
That's in there for a strike. The first strike
Tidwell didn't like it.
to the righty in Tidwell.
Seemed like Tidwell at the red light there wasn't ever going to go, no matter how much Maxim made that pitch right down the middle.
3-1. That's high for ball 4. Tidwell works a walk, his first time getting on first base safely tonight. Here comes Brandon Duback, who hit a double in the 7th and walked and scored in the 8th. He was sharp in that rally that the Pioneers had.
And Duback is hugely important because you look at what the Doubledays did this season, did early this game. Duback was the guy who thought he had gotten the last strikeout to end the 8th. Instead, he got back, looked a walk, then turned into an RBI walk, and then turned around to score.
You figure if that pitch does get moved strike 3, the Pioneers unable to
Counts 1-0 to Duback. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Count is 1-1.
The 5 runs that they've scored. Now scored 2 in this inning to make it a 7-2 ball game in favor of Elmira. If they can
Auburn
get
trailing by
Auburn down
5, and as Jermaine has said at the comment section, they're going to do their round when we return in the bottom of the 9th.
1-1. This one's popped up. Brennan Smith on his horses. Can he make the play? He cannot. 1-2 count. It goes out of bounds. Out of play.
Yeah, so Duback is doing everything he can to stay alive here at the plate. I mean, so often he's able to work at bats because he just has exceptional bats of all.
Maxim will toss around the rosin bag. He's working with a 1-2 count and 2 outs to Duback.
Really work to get the walk here, but again, he's going to do everything he can to stay fighting.
Off of first is Tidwell.
Through these 9 innings, here in Auburn, New York.
The 1-2.
The pitch.
That misses for a ball. There goes the runner to second. The throw down gets past Nacho Gonzalez. Monahan will have to run in from center field to get a stolen base for Jalen Tidwell.
And the Double Days defensively a little bit lucky there that Tidwell didn't pop off the bag there.
Auburn has kind of fallen apart in these last 2 innings, surprising, but still in this game very much so. Just need to get out of the ninth.
Counts 2-2. 2 Dubek. Off of second is Tidwell. The pitch. Almost clips Dubek. Not what the Double Days need. That one almost hit him. Count is full to Dubek. Maxim a little upset with himself there. So count's full. 2 outs. Pioneers clearly have life in these past 2 innings. They've scored 7 runs. The pitch. This one's going to be hit to right field. Running back is Braden Michelson. He cannot make the play. It goes past his glove. Kicks to the wall. Scoring from second is Jalen Tidwell. A double. His second on the night for Brandon Dubek. He scores a run. It's 8-2 Pioneers, and that is the 3rd run that has come in here in the top of the 9th. In 2 innings, 8 runs have come in for the Pioneers. Their bats are clearly working, and they really want a playoff spot here in the 9th.
If you're the Olean Oilers, I mean, you have to be crushed watching this game. It looked what, 7 innings? It looked like Auburn had this game in the books. But then Elmira pulling a rally out of nowhere, not just taking the lead, but commanding the rest of the contest.
Tyson Gingrich steps up to the plate. He hit a double in his last at-bat in the 8th. He's working with 2 outs, 1 ball, no strikes, and Dubek off first. The pitch misses for a ball. Count is 2-0.
Yeah, and Gingrich is another guy who can fight at the plate. Obviously, the clutch double last time he did that in a 2-strike count as well. So, again, nobody can truly rule out of in that bat. So.
The 2-0. This one's going to be roped into right field. Michelson running back makes the play for the 3rd out. A long inning and back-to-back innings for the Pioneers in the top of the 8th and 9th. They scored 8 runs in total. Bert Maxim Jr. unlucky that he could not get any runs to not come in. The bats are working. The extra base hitting for the Pioneers is clearly in effect. And flying out was Gingrich for the last out. The Double Days are down by 6 runs. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 9th. This is the last regular season game for the Auburn Double Days. They really just want to win this game to go into playoffs on a winning streak. They don't want to get crushed, especially at home, and go into the playoffs losing. Nelson is still out there on the mound. 8-2 Pioneers. Double Days have work to do. We'll be back for the bottom of the 9th on the Double Days YouTube channel. It is the bottom of the 9th. The Pioneers have flipped this game over 8-2. Leading off for the Double Days is Steven Ambrosio, who is 1 for 3 on the game. He's facing off against Zach Nelson, who has pitched the entirety of this game. He's only given up 2 runs, and that came in the first. From there, he has been basically perfect. Has not given up any runs. The Pioneers in the top of the 8th and top of the 9th scored 8 runs in total. This one's rolled just foul of the left field line. Counts 0-2 to Steven Ambrosio. Started off the game with a single, a pop out in the 3rd, and a line out in the 6th.
You'll step back up here.
This could be the last inning of the regular season if the Double Days don't tie it. They need 6 to tie, 7 to win. The pitch. This one's going to be hit in the air left field. Trevor Reed underneath it makes the play for the first out.
One down, and now
Nelson's just 2 outs away from recording his first complete game of the season.
Monahan steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Hit a single in the 1st, a fly out in the 3rd, and a ground out in the 6th.
A lot more in the mindset of pitching to contact here. Trying to make sure that he can get strikes across the plate. Trying to make sure defense
one down here. Monahan comes up.
0-0 to Monahan.
That
Misses
one,
for a
great
ball.
No good. Ball 1 outside.
Of all the Double Days to start a rally, it would be Monahan. He is so stellar whenever the Double Days need him most. I'd love to see his Auburn season, or Auburn regular season, end on a hit.
That one goes for a call.
Count is now tied 1-1. That one clocked in at 67 from Nelson on the breaking ball.
These hitters here right now, just trying to get the ball put in.
There have only been 3 base runners for Auburn since that
The
second.
pitch.
The pitch. That
That drops
dropping in there, but 2
for a
wild.
ball. Looked like the home plate umpire was going to call him a strike and said he decides not to. Counts 2-1.
And then doesn't make the call there. That's been really close all day.
The pitch.
2-1 pitch. That one.
That misses for a ball.
3-1.
Count is 3-1.
And if you're Nelson, you can't lose him here. You don't want to try and lose
Monahan
him.
ahead of the count. This is where he's able to jump over a opposing pitcher.
Monahan beats you. Beats you.
3-1.
3-1. Nelson down. Monahan ahead. The pitch.
Throw.
That
one
misses
low.
for a ball.
Four
Monahan
outside.
will reach first base
So on
safely.
first Goes Kenny Monahan. It's 2nd time reaching safely today.
Smith
Now
steps,
Michael Ambrosio
excuse me,
will
Michael
step up
Ambrosio
for him as the
steps
top
up to the
being given
plate.
for him.
In his last
There
at bat in
will
the
be a
6th,
pinch runner
he hit for
coming
a
out
pop
here
up. It looks like we have a pinch runner in for
for
Teddy
the
Monahan.
Auburn Double Days.
Looks like that is number 33, Dustin Wortham, pinch running for Teddy Monahan. And Monahan is met with a round of applause from the Double Days faithful for getting on first base safely and for the season that he had in the regular season. Wortham's off first, keeping him close is Dubek. Up to the plate is Michael Ambrosio. The pitch. This one's going to be popped up. Center field. Calling everyone off, however, is Trevor Reed. Makes the catch, and the Double Days are down to their last regular season outs. They have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th, and they have a runner on first.
As well as the
Nelson's up to
season
120 pitches on the day, 70 of them strikes.
Justin Batts is 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs. Now's the time for him to get a hit, find the gaps. Wortham is off first. Coming set is Nelson. The pitch.
First pitch, that one
Misses for a ball. Count is 1-0.
Yeah, Nelson definitely hasn't been going fastball a ton.
And for right now, for all you Pioneers fans out there, you guys are sitting comfortably
Throw back over to
with your
first
playoff
base.
hopes clearly alive.
Zach Nelson thrown today.
That was a pickoff attempt by Nelson to try and get try to get Wortham. It was not in time.
1-0.
The pitch.
That
That one bounces in the ground. Good stop by Ryan Jones to keep the runner on first.
That'll be a 2-0 count.
I'll just put a block that over there behind the dish by Jones. And that's a big play because while there is 2
That's
outs,
another guy who's been great for Auburn all season. We'll see if he can end his Double Days regular season on a hit, or just be like Monahan and get up and be a walk.
The pitch.
That one
Misses for a ball. 3 straight balls to the righty and Justin Batts.
Nacho Gonzalez on
Nacho
deck.
Gonzalez is waiting on deck. He's had an RBI already today. I'm sure he'd like to add on to that total.
Wortham's off first. Counts 3-0. The
No, the
pitch.
pitch, that one.
That's in there for a strike. Count is 3-1.
The red light for bats matching both his batting gloves and the sweatshirt he wears under that jersey.
Double A's fans making some noise. They want to see a comeback. The pitch.
That one in there for another strike.
That's in there for a strike, and Bats thought that he just walked. He was taking off his leg guard. Instead, the count is full.
A couple years ago, where he was able to just
So the Double A's are down to the last regular season strike and out. The payoff pitch. This one's going to be hit in center field. The runner goes. Running back is Brett Baker, and he makes the play for the final out. The Double A's had one base runner on. They could not advance around Monahan, and that will do it. A crushing defeat for the Auburn Double A's. They were up 2-0 going into the top of the 8th. They lose this game 8-2. Congratulations, Pioneers, for clinching the playoffs with tonight's win, even though Olean won. Unlucky for Olean that they got the win, and the Pioneers won and basically clinched it. So the Pioneers are out there giving each other high fives. The Double A's will drop to 21-17. They will be... they will drop to 21-18 on the season. They will drop to 12-10 at home. They will finish the season 9-8 away. And for the Elmira Pioneers, they will end this season with a record of 20 wins, 17 losses. They will go into the playoffs with a 2-game win streak. They will be 10-9 at home and 10-8 away. I mean, what a game for both teams. But what a game for the Elmira Pioneers to win this game
Now they have 24 hours
and clinch the playoffs with the win. The playoff games are tomorrow. However,
over 90 mile per hour fastball.
the Double A's play tomorrow, and I believe that the Elmira Pioneers might be playing tomorrow as well. But for the Double A's, they play tomorrow against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks at 6:30, away at Jamestown.
That'll be a fun game. I'm excited to see how they do there again. There's a watch party here at Falcon Park. But honestly, Auburn has showed potential against Jamestown this season. I know the last time they had 2 losses to Jamestown where they could have won both of those games. I've got faith in Auburn, and I've also got faith sneakily in Elmira. And here's the thing, Elmira's going against Batavia in that 4-1 matchup. If Auburn wins, Elmira wins. We're back here at Falcon Park for the Western Championship.
Yeah, I mean, crazy that this season is over with. This season absolutely flew by, and not an ideal last game for the Double A's. Had the lead, then blew it on a controversial call that basically started a rally. But thank you for tuning in the entirety of this season. We really appreciate it. If this is it at home, we appreciate you very much for tuning in all season long. A very fun Auburn Double A's season. I mean, the firework nights were awesome. Summer nights were beautiful. Did have some cancellations. The weather was really weird this year.
Yes, it was not summer for that.
Very weird summer weather. But the Double A's got a lot of games in. They end the season, the regular season, on a winning record. They go into the playoffs as the 3 seed. They're looking to somehow have a playoff game at home, because Double A faithful would love it if they have a playoff game at home. So thank you very much, like we said, for tuning in all season. This is the last regular season game before the playoffs tomorrow. I am Evan Carocchio, joined alongside by Ryan Story tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in this season. Please have a great rest of your night and cheer on the Double A's tomorrow at 6:30 against Jamestown, where they play on the road. So for Ryan Story, I'm Evan Carocchio saying so long. Have a great rest of your night. Go Double A's, and have a great rest of your summer as well.